Hello everyone, hello. I see that I am once again fading into the ether on my webcam. I don't know why, but before I set up stream, it looks fine. This is a solid color, it's not like I am disappearing into it. But you know what, whatever, it's fine. We are joined today, of course, by Miro. Look at Miro here, she's here, she's doing her wave. Perfect. We got a pretty nice armor set on, with the exception of the chest piece. We don't have the chest piece, but that's fine. So today, our goal is to continue on with the MSQ. We may take a break at some point to do the warrior quest. Probably as like a brief intermission between MSQ 30-minute chunks. That said, we're in Limsa right now because we had just finished last stream doing rogue quests. Or a quest. Which I gotta do more of them because I need to unlock some of the stuff for that before we finish A Realm Reborn. We got lots of time though. Alright, so we actually have to go to Costa del Sol because we gotta deliver cheese to Wheiskaet. Yeah, hi Mini Cat. Mini Cat's been walking around the couch today. It's kind of warm in here, so. Hi. Together you solved Bright Block's little problem. Goblin cheese. The pungent odor of this hard yellow cheese veined with blue-green mold is the most comparable to the warm, damp boot of a zombie after stepping in ripe chocobo dung. Goblins claim it is a delicacy, but then again, they have their masks to filter out the aroma. By the gods, that unholy stench! This is... oh, definitely goblin cheese. Judging from the smell, this should be quite flavorful. How is it made? It's best you remain ignorant of such things. I still remember when I learned what kind of milk they use. Alright, we're gonna grab ourselves some toad skin. No, yes, toad skin. That's disturbing. I don't like that. Oh look, we leveled up. What do you mean you forgot the wine? Brave Miro. Thanks to you, our guests shall be honored with a marvelous banquet. But what is an exotic feast without an equally exquisite aperitif? Luckily, I know just the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport and seek out Shamani Lamani, another former member of the company. All you have to do is give him this order slip, he'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering if this is a mere ploy to test your patience, I assure you I do actually need that wine. And while you're there, give Shamani Lamani my regards. Oh, I felt like something was on my tooth. Oops, I just clicked ready check. I don't have Bob Dull in the party, so he can't answer. Alright, we're gonna teleport to Wineport as we already have already been there, and it's a lot easier than just walking there. Alright. So this person here, I'm pretty sure unlocks treasure maps, treasures and tribulations. So we're not too concerned with them. Sweet sweat, grime, and blood. Aye, Eureka blood adventure. An adventure, unless I am mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? An order made out to Wineport Vintner, Shamani Lamani. Hunt this Titan, my Titan Dong. Hey, Faye. An order? Let me guess, a request for the finest vintage I can muster. Paper smells of loam and perfume. Costa del Sol. There's also the unmistakable odor of goblin cheese. Yes, Master Gegariju would not settle for anything less than the best. Derswitz and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on an adventurer. Ah, but perhaps you're confused. The display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways. But you've no interest in my affairs. You only wish to discuss the wine, I suspect. An offer you can refuse. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable. I always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it. It's more than a mere hobby. I wouldn't have been able to if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary. Of course, say what you will about the nature of that work. None could deny that it pays well. Ah, but you grow impatient. And a Wheiskaet must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is of sufficient quality for this occasion. The best vintages in town are hoarded by Berglund, who owns and operates the largest winery in Vilbrand. Somehow I doubt he'll be receptive of your request. But given these circumstances, we must need beg his assistance. Yes, that's right, guys. Today, we are begging someone for wine. Also, dude's like, somebody's gonna buy it. What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities are rendered it nigh undrinkable. Dismissal is too good for the man responsible. He should be made to drink every last drop of this polluted swill. What is it? I'm in the middle of an important discussion. I do not care for interruptions. The neophyte vintner bid you speak with me. Ha! Neither you nor your friend has the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. I would sooner serve you Gubu and then sell you my worst vintage. Be gone from my sight. Wait, what? How does this man make money? I take it he said no. Really? In those words? Well, I cannot say that I am surprised. While there's no denying his passion and skill, the wine baron of Limsa is not a man known for his tact. Very well, we shall have to take an alternative approach. It's got 14,000 EXP just to be told off. There is a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can furnish us with a suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I guarantee this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our product has declined significantly in recent years. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines, which isn't to say that grapes are poor quality, only that we have known better. Long ago, the vineyards of Wineport crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing vine of never-before-seen quality. Bacchus grapes were once the pride of this town, as they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This includes the most aromatic and most complex and most flavorful of all wines. The legendary Bacchus wines were born right here in Wineport. Pardon my enthusiasm. You see, I once had the privilege to sample that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. I transcended my mortal flesh and was one with all creation. But alas, as is all too often said, the calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. What little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. If we cannot convince Berglund to part with his wines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine and to offer them every gill we can spare. I've heard rumors that one of the vineyards tending to the vineyards might have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by speaking with them. Anyway, how you doing, Faye? How's Faye's life going on the Faye side of things? Is it the long weekend for you? I know in Canada it's a long weekend this weekend. So while I do work tonight, it's going to be a relatively easy night, presumably. What? Do I have Bacchus wine? I wish. I never had the chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend. Here a few years too late. Okay, so you guys don't know, Bacchus wine is actually an item in in quite a few Final Fantasy games. It's actually used to cause berserk in most games that it appears in. Bacchus wine? Don't remind me. Used to have a cellar filled with the stuff. Thought I could keep the wine safe from thieves and the elements. Never counted on a bloody primal blowing up my goddamn house. Oh man, poor guy. He lost everything, including his precious wine, when a pyramid blew up his house. No luck? Most regrettable, but we had to try. But pocket wine would have been perfect for the occasion. Though I must confess, my certitude could be due in part to my personal history with the beverage. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a vintner. After Titan blinded me in our battle beneath Ogomoro, I fell into a deep depression. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized that there was still so much I could experience. Even in my condition, it helped me to find a new direction in life. It breaks my heart to think that wondrous ambrosia, which once filled me with hope, may be forever lost to us. Hey, a high potion of strength. Cool. Give me a drink. I must say, this talk of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, there is much I miss about my life with the company of heroes. After everything the captain has done for me, I could not bear to disappoint him. I have no fear. I swear I shall find a suitable wine for the banquet, though I may need some time to think of a solution. In the meantime, there's a favor I would ask of you. 2 years ago, in the deepest depths of my despair, I stumbled across Vilbrand as a vagabond drunk. I suspect I was looking for a place to die, because I very nearly found one not far from here. It was there that a man named Dress took me in and nursed me back to health. It was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine, which helped me to find my new calling. Though I am still a novice in the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know that I am pursuing my dream. This wine is my own original creation, and I would be most grateful if you delivered it to him in my stead. Jess sometimes works at the Wheiskaet Gully docks, so perhaps Wheiskaet? Yeah, Wheiskaet. I can tell you where to find him. So I couldn't tell if that was an L or an I at the end of his name. Pretty sure it was an L. I couldn't see if there's like a space above the at the top forming the dot. All right. Oh wait, we gotta pick a new pet today too. So Friday we had the wind-up goblin. Today we have wind-up bards. Oh, okay. He's riding Boko, and I'm riding Bob Doll. And we're also going to go here. I'm going to change our outfit. There we go. Now Squirmels is dressed like the Warrior of Light from the remakes of Final Fantasy 1. Alright. I'm always weirded out when there's no music in game. Hey there, dude. What are you doing here? Dressed? Oh, you mean the Hermit? I toss him a few gil when we need an extra pair of hands. He doesn't talk about himself, and I sure as hell don't ask. When a man's got a face with scars like that, you best leave well enough alone, I say. If you've in mind to find him, though, then head southwest to the Severed Stain. So like I said, there's a few quests that will lead us into this area, but there's not many. For the most part, this part of Lanassia is not one that I explore all that often. There are curls down here. And I do like this area. Like, look at those glowing red flowers. Those are very, very cool. And look, you got dung midge swarms, you got goobas. You had a Gigantoad. No Giganjub. We do not want to fight. Alright, so here's this place. When I think of Wheiskaet Gully, it's usually this house here. There he is. What do you want? Shamani Lamani's first attempt at winemaking. At least the name sounds legitimate. Lamani Rosso. Wine? I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? Dress is suffering from extreme duress. That weight. Can't sleep. It won't let me sleep. The midges, the buzzing, it keeps me awake. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I won't fight. I don't want to fight. Please, make the buzzing stop. Make the midges go away. Okay. Guy hates midges. There's an Apkalu over there. His name is Bloody Mary. That's a hunt target, actually. You can hear the little padding of Boko's feet. That's super cute. Anyway, Bloody Mary's level 50. Bloody Mary's a hunt target, and will kick the fuck out of us if we try to fight it. Oh, and we got a new ability at the end of last stream. As you can see, I have a bar on the side of my screen here. That's now filling up. It's at 100. I will show you that here in just a moment. Oh, is that one of those crashed robots? Here it is. Just a nice big swing. Look at that. Anyway, look at this. If you saw the trailer for the original Final Fantasy XIV before Realm Reborn, the one that failed, you should recognize this thing from that. I think we saw a few of them in this version as well, but yeah. Alright, we're gonna go find 2 more midge swarms. I think we saw a few over here, didn't we? I keep forgetting. After playing WoW, I keep forgetting you can't just attack from your mountain. That's aggravating. Where? There's our last midge swarm. So now, with it at 100, this is normally when I would use my Infuriate, and then 1 Storm's Path and 2 Iron Beasts, or Inner Beasts, not Iron Beast, although Iron Beast does sound pretty cool. It's a nice bit of music here, I like it. It's not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you. You helped me, even after what my comrades and I did to your country. We were on a reconnaissance mission when the Maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape, but the others... no one else survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it. I'm not even Garlean. They conquered my lands just like they tried to conquer yours. I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway around the world. I just want to go home. Well, that's sad. So, if you guys don't know this about the Garlean Empire in Final Fantasy XIV, It is actually made up of a whole bunch of countries that they conquered and forced into their military and other aspects of their life. So the vast majority of Garleans that you run into may not actually even be true-born Garleans. They may just be countries that have been conquered. I wish to thank Shimani for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Last night at Red Mantis Falls, I collected the sap from nearby palm trees. If placed in coconut shells and stored for a few bells times, it makes a fine wine, see? It should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out there. Please take them to Shimani for me. I'm glad he's moved on with his life. I hope to one day do the same. Apparently, if you store the sap in coconut shells, it makes a good one. There's also a Gigan Jub here. I move so that he doesn't try to fight us. MU Midge Swarm. Oh. So is just storing this palm wine on the ground part of the process of, like, you know, letting it sit? Also, this is a very pretty area. I like this area. Also, that aura you see around me, that's because my gauge is at 100%. As it goes up, the aura will appear, and as it goes down, the aura disappears. Cheshire Cat! Hello! Now we're gonna ride our carbuncle out of here. How you doing, Cheshire? How was your weekend? And since in Canada it's a long weekend, is it a long weekend there? And if so, do you got anything planned for Monday? It was pretty good. I didn't do anything. I actually slept a great deal on Saturday, which, you know, sounds lazy to most people, but for me, who rarely ever gets a chance to really sleep, like, normally my sleep is not like full, or I end up waking up in pain. It was pretty good. So I did that, and then I raided on Saturday, and Sunday I started playing World of Warcraft Mop Remix, or Miss Pandaria Remix, and you know, that's been fun, but here we are. It's been some time, Nero. What news do you have of Drest? Sap of a palm tree fermented inside an island coconut shell. Far more potent than wine made from grapes, palm wine. If brewed for too long, can cause the loss of eyesight, or even death. Yes, I recall he did have some knowledge of winemaking. A simplistic but nevertheless effective method that utilizes the natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We're not so different, Jess and I. 2 men who have long struggled not to let our scars define us. I worry that he's been alone with his thoughts for far too long. Aye, it's past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after him, Miro. Alright. Oh, we're gonna get a new pet here, too. Shimani Lamani is brimming with glee, and he wishes to share the reason with you. Light of gods! Miro, listen! I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've just discovered something extraordinary about Drest's palm wine. He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf which has a very distinct shape and unusual odor. I thought I was going mad at first, but now I'm certain these are the leaves of a Bacchus grapevine. You know what this means? Somewhere in Raincatcher Gully, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. We must know where Drest found these leaves. Here, take one of them back to him and see what he remembers. Alright, we have to go back and speak to Drest again. Hurrah. Anyway, regular weekend there? Gotcha. Yeah, it's Victoria Day here, I think. Something like that. They had fireworks and that going over the weekend. Even though most of the people here that are setting off the fireworks don't really know why they're setting off the fireworks. They're just They just get to launch fireworks. That's the long and short of it. They're excited because they get to launch fireworks. That's it. But yeah, Cheshire, you joined us today as we are looking to make some wine, actually, because in order to get help and how to locate Titan, the company of heroes won't help us unless we prove we're strong enough. In order to do that, we have to do their stupid menial tasks, and that is to help them get a banquet going. Oh, hello again. What is it? A broad green leaf from a thought to be extinct Bacchus grapevine. It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. Didn't know it was rare. I found them near the Juggernaut to the south, but I didn't see any grapevines. I saw fresh gubu tracks, though. Maybe the leaves came from the vines growing on the back of one such beast? If you go look for it, please be careful. Some Goombas are more territorial than others, and you may have to defend yourself. Whew, okay. Anyway, so yeah, we're basically hunting for Titan, but until we can get there, we have to do these stupid tasks. But we get to meet some cool NPCs like Dressed. Hey, Shezmoon. So, we're gonna start up our combo. We're gonna activate this. 1, 2, 3. Almost. Alright, we got the cutting of Bacchus wine. I'm just gonna teleport back up to here. One moment, guys. What did Dress have to say, Miro? Tell me everything. A cutting from a Bacchus grapevine, a variety of sweet wine grape that thought to be long extinct. Aha! I was right. The smell, the texture. I hold in my hands a Bacchus grapevine cutting. Come now. Enough of this nonsense. I've heard talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice vintner could... Wait, how did you hear talk of this? I literally just delivered it to him. 12 as my witness. It is a Bacchus grapevine. Wherever did you find such a fantastic specimen? What? You would offer this to me? But why? There is none better positioned to reconstruct the Bacchus vineyards than you, Master Berglund. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across the Ozo would once again be clamoring for a cask of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine. You need... Wait, the shape of this bottle, the scent of this label, this couldn't possibly be a 1547 Bacchus? But that's impossible. This vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity. It was the crown jewel of my personal collection for years. I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time. But now I realize that it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say. He has made us an offering we cannot refuse. Master Gigaruja will find no finer wine. And you have forever changed Wineport, Miro. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. But do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray, deliver the wine to Captain Wheiskaet. Well, yes, I would very much like to drink it. but I am a patient man. I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. Okay, so with that said, guys, we're gonna take our break and we will come back and we will basically start where we left off, and that's looking to deliver something to Wheiskaet. So don't go anywhere. We got more FF14 for you here in just a moment.